Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 6 of the Hotfix podcast. We're still separate. Dude, I miss you very much.
Dude, I miss you too.
Man, as always, I'm Jeremy, and this is Brent.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We are getting there.
This is Brent, indeed.
That is Brent. The classic cutoff man. How dare you, dude?
Hey, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
That is very true. The CEO of Hotfix pays Brent a lot of money to interrupt me so I don't rant for too long.
The CEO of cutting Jeremy off.
Welcome to Hotfix, the weekly podcast that dives into the fascinating world of streaming, gaming, and esports. With your hosts, Brant Vladichuk and Jeremy Kelly.
Dude, how's your week been, man?
My week, it was a busy week with work. But, you know, we banged everything out that we needed to. And
Nice.
Now next week should be back to normal.
Yay, normalcy.
And I'll be a responsible streamer and stop missing days.
Ooh, dude,
Hopefully.
I since I've changed my stream schedule like a month ago, this was the first week that I actually streamed all 3 days.
What is your schedule now? You like matched mine, right?
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, you copied me.
Oh, are we the same? Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
We're the same.
That means we can never really watch each other's stream. That's great. That's what
Nope.
friends are all about, dude.
I think you did that on purpose, just so you have an excuse not to watch my stream.
And that's an absolute fact. No, you know, I streamed so what I've been doing, like I've been hitting the Monday and Wednesday streams, no problem. But then the back-to-back days have been like, that's where like the struggle has come in. But I had such a good stream on Wednesday that I was like excited to stream again on Thursday, which like that feeling hasn't happened in a long time. So it was like, it made for like 2 really, really good days of streaming. And like, man, that'd be a great thing if you could ever keep that up.
True. I actually might switch my Thursday to Friday.
Yeah. And just do like,
Because Thursday for me is my hardest day.
of
to,
work.
Of just like wanting to go back to stream, but I always want to stream on Friday.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. I mean, like as some of you guys will know, we do record on Fridays. So you could like easily do the podcast and just like, you're already there. So you can just roll that right into your stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Which isn't like take like a 20-minute stretch kind of thing. Slash a 20-minute slam a couple drinks to the head. And then
I mean, I do that before the podcast.
That's
So
also
I'm
very
already a
true.
couple libations deep by then.
No, for sure. But yeah, I think that would be like kind of a neat thing, because like, I mean, I'm kind of the same way in that once we finish recording, I tend to play games and stuff anyway, and you're already kind of in that talking mode, and you kind of, you know what I mean, like kind of loosened the gears and got yourself a little warmed up for chatting.
A little loosey goosey.
Mhm.
And for me to be in a talking mode, that's a rare occurrence.
This is quite the feat indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it's always something that people should consider, right? It's like, give it, if you have a stream schedule and you do it 2 weeks and you miss some days, maybe take that second to kind of think about, okay, why did I miss these days? Is there something I could do better? Is there something I can do different? Do I want to change something? Or was it just like work's been hectic and like, I don't know, life is...
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
I think the last 3 weeks I streamed Friday night and not Thursday, so it just kind of felt natural to do that.
I gotcha, yeah.
I just haven't officially updated my schedule to do that, but
Mm-hmm. No, that's cool. Actually, and
I'm thinking that's what's going to happen.
Speaking of the schedule, I did see that they're starting to tease that new offline screen on Twitch, like the where you can have that trailer and you can have your schedule in there and all that kind of stuff. I looked around through that.
Yeah, that looks pretty, really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I looked around through that a little bit. Anyone that's that is a streamer should check out their channel when they're offline. There'll be like a little notification there that's like, it's kind of like a coming soon, but they're obviously like prepping on the back end to launch all that stuff. but you can kind of get an idea of what it'll look like. But it's pretty neat.
You can
It's
set
pretty neat.
everything up.
I'm curious
You
to
can
see.
set up like an intro video as well, which is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they land on your channel and you're offline, it'll play like a little introductory
it's like
video
it's
that
like
you
a
can
trailer,
make.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what some people, especially the really creative types and the big budget guys and girls, are going to do with like some pretty hilarious trailers and pretty cool trailers.
I'm going balls out for my trailer.
Yeah, I have some pretty good ideas for mine as well. I'll have to start getting on that relatively soon, I suppose. But anyway, dude, yeah, I'm glad things are going good. So today I wanted to touch on something that's much more near and dear to your heart than it is to mine. But I'm kind of surprised we've gone this long without actually having a little conversation about it. So guys, Brant is like is it safe to say you're like a diehard Halo fan?
It's not unsafe to say that.
It's not unsafe, right? Well, I'm all about the unsafe verbiage here on the Hotfix podcast.
Yeah, Halo is my main game. I've been playing it my whole life. It's the whole reason why I play video games. So, yes.
Exactly. So, as anyone that's a Halo fan will know, there's it's Halo Infinite. It's called Halo Infinite, right? Like officially?
That is correct.
Yeah, so that's coming out, I guess, holiday 2020 is kind of like the loose timeline.
Yep.
So I kind of just wanted to ask you some questions about what do you know about it? What have you seen that you're excited about? What are you worried about? What do you hope they do? Just kind of like tell your Halo Infinite story as to what your where your hopes and dreams lie, I suppose.
Ooh, all right. I like this. Well, this is actually going to be kind of interesting because there's a Microsoft event on the 8th, which is probably going to have of May.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 days before this is posted. So I'm sure there's going to be some Halo Infinite stuff revealed. So what I'm saying now, we'll see. We'll see if it lines up.
Right.
We'll see if I make any good predictions.
You might be predicting the future here, dude. I'm excited. Let's go.
We'll see. Okay, I guess we'll start at what do I want? And I mean, that's a hard question to answer. The easy way to answer that is I just want a good Halo game. There's been too many Halo games since Reach that just haven't felt like a Halo game. I'm sure a lot of people in the community can agree with that.
So would that be like Guardians and what?
Halo 5 Guardians was the closest, in my humble opinion, to a Halo game since Halo 3.
Okay, gotcha. So Guardians
Halo Reach and Halo 4 just didn't land. Halo Reach is the reason why Halo is no longer an MLG played game.
Right. Was Halo Reach the last one that Bungie did?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then it switched over to Halo 4 with 343.
Right, I gotcha.
Which was an utter disaster.
So
I think some of the big arguments in the Halo community right now is all about movement. All the original Halo games have basic movement. There's no Spartan abilities, there's no armor abilities, there's no clambering.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of OG Haloers in the community that are wanting that to come back.
Right.
To scrap all advanced movement. But I am on the opposite side. I want there to be advanced movement, but I think there's just a few tweaks they need to make. Like Halo 5 feels really good to play.
Right.
The only thing that's bad, in my opinion, is the map design, because when you have all these advanced movements, the map design has to change.
Right.
So you don't get any of the classic feeling maps that Halo 1, 2, and 3 had.
Like those maps where you could hit that, like if you jump just perfectly, you could hit these shortcuts and these flank maneuvers kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't really know how to really explain it. There's just a feel difference between these maps and older maps. And you can actually get a really good understanding of that. In Halo 5, there's the Mythic playlists. I just angered a whole lot of people by mentioning that.
Is that like old
but
maps or something?
It's Halo 5 without special abilities except for just dodge.
Okay.
And all the maps feel like classic Halo maps.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like Halo 3.5. It's like Halo 3 and Halo 5 had a baby. That's Halo Mythic.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And does the community like Halo Mythic, or is it like...
It's down the middle. Like, you either love it or you hate it.
Right.
I had a lot of fun with it. Not to brag, but I got to like champion 25 or so in the playlist.
Right.
It's a lot of fun, but I don't think it's the way to go. I think advanced movements are going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need to figure out how to get the feel of the classic Halo maps to work with advanced movements.
Right, yeah.
I don't have the answer for that.
No, of course, yeah.
That seems like a problem that's not going to be easy to fix.
But that's the thing, like there's always that argument with old like veterans of a franchise versus newcomers, and it's like, I mean, a game has to evolve, right?
Yeah.
It has,
and like
if it doesn't evolve, then it's just going to get stagnant. And like, as much as like the OG gatekeepers don't want their favorite game to change, if it doesn't, then it's just going to die.
Yeah, and then there's the argument of like the OG Halo players aren't going to be able to, on a business side, isn't going to financially support the game alone. It has to target the younger crowd now, and the younger crowd is used to advanced movements.
Right, because you're not going to get...
So if you drop that...
You're not going to get 35-year-old men becoming esports players.
Yeah, like there's not enough OG fans...
Yeah.
...that want it, that are going to be able to support the game and make it a successful game.
Right, because I'm guessing... Is Halo even played competitively anymore?
Yeah, there's HCS, the Halo Competitive Series.
Okay.
Or Championship Series.
Right.
Well, one of the two.
But it's like a shadow of what it once was, right?
Yeah, because it used to be MLG, right?
Right, yeah.
But it got dropped from the circuit with Halo Reach.
So I'm guessing like it would be in 343's best interest to make their esport really popular again, obviously.
Yeah, and so the younger, like this generation of gamers are the gamers that are going to be playing it, that are going to be making it a successful game.
Right, so it has to do something to appeal to the people who started playing Halo at Halo Reach or at Halo 4 or whatever it may be, right? Or only since Guardians kind of thing, right? Like it has to appeal to
and
that.
there's a large amount of people. Most people that you talk to who are Halo fans are probably going to say they started playing Halo from Halo Reach.
Right, okay.
I know a lot of my friends I play Halo with, it's, they never touched 1, 2, or 3. It's always Halo Reach that they started with.
Right, that's because we're old, dude. Like,
fuck.
Dude, I remember playing Halo 1 on the first Xbox, and like I wasn't 4. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I don't know when did Halo 1 come out? 2001 or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, like
I don't even want to think about it. I think it might have been 2003.
Okay, yeah.
Here we can figure this out. Check this out. Hey Google, when did Halo 1 come out? It was 2001.
Dude, and here we are talking about you being the Halo guy, and I'm over here knowing dates and shit. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, I might be a Halo guy, but I'm not a nerd.
Hey, let's go.
Ignore.
Yeah. Sorry. So you were saying that obviously it's so you think they're going to appeal to the if you're not watching the video, I'm doing air quotes, the newer Halo players, right?
Well, like this generation of gamers, like it has to be able to bring over this generation of gamers.
Right.
Like it has to bring over new people. It has to get new people interested because right now the population in Halo 5 is absolutely dead.
Of course. Yeah.
So it has to have the advanced movements and stuff just to like be like what word am I looking for? Still relevant.
But so yeah, exactly. Because I mean, like if a new Halo game comes out and everyone's excited about it, which like I'm sure like people will be excited about it, and you get returning players and old players coming back, like hey, a new Halo game, sick, and then they come back and it's just the same old Halo with like up-resed essentially. It's like, all right, well, this was fun for a week. It's still just Halo, and I haven't enjoyed that for 4 years, so I'm just going to stop playing this now.
Yeah, exactly. And then a few other things. I want the BR, the battle rifle, to feel good again.
I thought you were going to say battle royale.
In a long time. Low key, I want a Halo battle royale.
Do you think they're going to? I've seen some things that there's been like leaks or like something like that where they're considering it, or it might be a thing.
So somebody at 343 said no.
Okay.
This is a tweet from a while ago. Don't quote me on it, but he said no. But Halo 6 Forge apparently is going to be so robust that you could just go and make a BR in Halo 6 Forge.
And what's Halo 6 Forge? What's that?
Yeah, so Forge, you can build maps, build game types.
Okay, right. Okay.
And like Halo 5 Forge is pretty crazy. You can do scripting, you can pretty much code within the game and make all these different like mini games and stuff. Like you can do a lot in Halo Guardians Forge.
Right.
And apparently in Infinite, it's just like it was hinted at like, oh, you could just go and make a BR in Halo 6
Forge.
So
it's like just giving the game mod support essentially, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Sort
it's
of,
like it's pretty much like a game builder. It's like a game building engine,
right?
In Halo,
so the community could potentially come together and make a BR, and we know when communities get their hands on those editing tools that they tend to spawn games that are better than the game that it comes from, right?
100% happens all the time.
That's where Dota came from, right? That's where it spawned that whole MOBA thing. That's where PUBG came from, and the BR genre came from community mods, right?
Yeah, and it's also really exciting because this is the first Halo in Halo history that has its own proprietary engine, the Slipspace Engine.
Right. Yeah.
It's been running on. It's been running on the same Havoc engine since Halo 1.
Isn't that crazy? That I always find that so weird when games are running on like up until this version of Modern Warfare, COD was running on the same engine since the first Modern Warfare in like 2005.
Yeah, and they just add to it. They just increment on it. It's like Windows. There are remnants of like Windows 3.1 things in Windows 10 today.
Like it's crazy. It's just like I guess like rebuilding a whole new game engine or a whole new OS, if you want to talk about Windows, must just be such a daunting endeavor. It has to be.
Oh yeah, 100
right?
like just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess that kind of makes sense.
Just iterate and improve on like what you have. But the fact that Halo 6 is going to be its own engine made specifically for Halo with no engine restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have so much high hopes for it.
Yeah, that's really exciting. That's really cool. I mean, I have high hopes for it as well. As someone who like hasn't been an avid Halo player since like Halo 3 kind of thing. If you could have like, what's one thing you really hope that they do for Halo Infinite? Like, is there something where you're like, man, I really hope this one thing is either back in, or they change this one thing, or they add something that you thought of? Like, if you could have one wish for Halo Infinite, what would it be, I guess?
More and better objective gaming. So like Halo 2 and 3, some of like my best Halo experiences are playing either one flag CTF or like one-sided bomb.
Right.
That just doesn't exist in Halo 5. And like those, like one flag, I don't know, one flag CTF on like Zanzibar, for example. anybody who's played Halo knows exactly what I'm talking about,
Right.
and they just got really sad that we can't do that anymore.
F's in the chat, boys.
F's in the chat for no more Zanzibar.
Yeah.
But level like asymmetrical level design, I miss.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 5 focuses a lot on symmetrical design, which is great.
Right.
But there needs to be a balance.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Like as in you don't want it to just be the same map flipped around, right?
Yeah. So, in Halo 2 and 3, there's maps where like the attackers spawn on the beach and they have to storm the base, grab the flag, and bring it back to the beach type thing.
Yeah,
That's exactly what Zanzibar is.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. No, for sure. So that would be,
and I miss that a lot.
Just a wide variety of game types, I guess, is the goal. And like, I mean, hopefully they can get a little bit creative with it too, right? Like, hopefully they can, like, of course, there's going to be a TDM and there's going to be a CTF and there's going to be like, you know what I mean, like a domination style game mode kind of thing. But it'd be kind of like it's such a good time to be able to come up with some kind of new game type that like for that arena style shooter, because nothing really new has like really rung true with any gaming community in a very long time, it feels like.
Yeah, agreed. Like I low-key want them to reveal something that like just floors us. And
I think the world is like, the gaming world is so ready for a new, just like well, how old is BRs now? PUBG came out in 2017, so three
like
years old,
super young.
So it's like, other than BRs, there hasn't been a new, like, anything to really turn the industry on its head since MOBAs came out.
Yeah,
and League
is,
and
if one game is gonna do that, it's gonna be Halo. They did it.
Well, that's what
20 years ago.
Exactly, that's kind of what I mean, right? It's like if there's a franchise that has the namesake and the money and the talent, all that kind of stuff, it's like someone like Halo and 343 are the kind of people that could potentially, like, with some proper creativity, just start, like, set a firework off on that gaming community and really turn things on its head again for that 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, 5v5 style game. You know what I mean? Like, because that game, that style game is screaming for something fresh, like absolutely screaming for something fresh.
Yeah,
it's been
100%.
Man, it's been such a long. I can't even. I'm trying to think back right now as to when the last time that genre was really turned on its head, and it's like, fuck, man, it's been forever. Like,
I mean, like Overwatch style. Like,
yeah.
I guess you already said MOBAs.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Like, that's like the 5v5 arena shooter, but just
so that'd be more of a team fortress, I guess, would technically be where that genre started.
Oh yeah, I guess
that's probably fair. Yeah, that's legit. But Team Fortress is like 15 years old or something.
I guess it is pretty old now,
right? It's been a long time since that.
It has been a hot
genre has been really, really turned around, and that's why all those games are doing BRs, because BRs are something that turned the gaming industry on its head. You know what I mean?
And everybody likes BRs.
A lot of people like BRs. I don't know if I'd say everybody, but
even if you hate them, you can't lie that you can tell me you've never had fun playing a BR.
I just punched my mic. Sorry, everyone that's listening to that.
What did the mic ever do to you?
It got in my way, dude. But yeah, I do think that the industry is very, very ready for some kind of new team-based small arena thing that's just reinvents the wheel kind of thing. It's been a long time, dude. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll next episode we will circle back after the Microsoft event and see how wrong I am.
Yeah. I hope
how off in my hopes.
Yeah, he just completely defeated. episode 7. Brant has lost all hope.
Brant are defeated. Halo is now officially a Call of Duty game.
That's right. Yeah. God, what a nightmare. So you mentioned that like playing Zanzibar, doing those kind of gaming, like doing those kind of game types were like some of your favorite things. And it's like a bit of like just Halo in general, talking about Halo, especially back in like Halo 1, Halo 2 kind of thing. You start to think of playing those with like your friends in high school or college or middle school, I guess, depending on how old you are. Kind of brings us to another thing we wanted to talk about, where it's some what seems to me to be a little bit of probably a dead style of gaming, and that would be couch co-op games.
Ooh, couch co-op games.
Right? Like it's I mean, just because of things like Xbox Live coming around and just internet quality being insane and just every game being online, there's not a whole lot. I mean, new games come out all the time still that are couch co-op, but like it was the way to play multiplayer games, right? Like you would play GoldenEye on N64 with 4 controllers and your 3 best buddies, and well, by the time you're finished a round, they might not be your best buddies anymore. You know what I mean? Like, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
been there.
Couch co-op just gives me some of like my fondest memories growing up with my friends and as a kid and that kind of stuff. So I kind of want to just brush over a couple of your favorite couch co-op games, or our favorite couch co-op games, and just maybe some when you think of couch co-op, some things that kind of pop into your head, right? And when I bring that up, the very first thing when I was putting the because we keep like a Google Doc kind of thing that we share just to pitch ideas and kind of see what we're going to talk about and just have kind of an idea of where the show is going to go. When I was putting that idea in, I thought of playing. Did you ever play like the action role-playing game style like Baldur's Gate games, or like there's like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance and Dark Alliance 2, and then there was like EverQuest had one that was called Champions of Norath. Did you ever play those games? They're like PS2 games.
Nope, I legitimately had like I haven't, and I don't play those types of games.
You know what kind of game? It's like Diablo but multiplayer essentially,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
like I've played a little bit of Diablo. That was about the closest to that style of game that I've been.
I gotcha, and that's fair. So from those style of games, so from the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series, I have my amongst my group of friends, we have historically the fastest movements that I've ever done in my entire life to date. So we're playing. And,
what do you mean?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay. All right.
So we're playing, and we're going through some kind of castle or dungeon, whatever it may be, classic ARPG. Come up to these big doors, open them up, go into a room. It's all dark, and then the room loads, and then we reveal what's inside. And if anyone's like a Dungeons and Dragons fan or has played those games, then there's a creature called a beholder. And do you know what a beholder is?
I do not.
No, okay.
I was trying to think of a joke quick enough, but I couldn't.
So a beholder is like a gigantic floating sphere with a whole bunch of eyes and a gigantic mouth, and it shoots lasers, and it's a really, really horrific looking enemy, and it's very, very strong. And they're just like in the D&D universe, they're like just like notoriously feared for how strong they are, right? So we walked in this room, and the beholder appears on the screen, and like my friends joke around that it was like within 0.2 seconds I like push start, scroll down like 5 menu options, hit town portal, and accepted town portal to return our whole team like back to town in like the absolute blink of an eye. Like before the people even, like the guys I was playing with even knew what we were about to do, we were already loading back into town. It was just like this, like lightning speed. I was so scared, like genuinely scared as like a 12-year-old or whatever it was, that I got our asses out of there faster than I've ever moved in my entire life. And it's like, even to this day, it's just like whenever Baldur's Gate for some reason happens to come up, it's like the story that we talk about. We're just like, that one time Jeremy, in the absolute blink of an eye, hit like 8 button inputs faster than you could even think. It was a wonderful time. Maybe the most scared I've ever been as a child.
I love that. I love those memories of like crazy gaming moments like that.
It's so great. And then the other game, Champions of Norath, that we're talking about, it's basically the exact same game. It's just done in the EverQuest universe versus the D&D universe. So that was one of those games that we were playing, but it was like, I'm sure you've pulled like an all-nighter playing some game as a kid, right?
Me? Never. What are you talking about?
Surely not. So we were playing this game called Champions of Norath, and we were playing it. It had to have been 4 or 5 a.m. kind of thing. We've been playing all day and night and into the morning. And we're playing, so we're all just like venturing up this wooded path or whatever it may be. And all of a sudden, like, obviously, like, you can see the 4 characters on the screen, but then like the lead character can't move any further until the character furthest away catches up, right? Like, everyone can only go within one screen of each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're running, and all 3 of us are at the edge of the screen trying to continue down this path, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And so we look away from our characters, and we see one of the other guys running into a tree, just like dead, like just like his character model is just like doing the running animation into a tree, and he's just like not turning to avoid this tree. I'm like, what the fuck? And we look over it, and our friend is asleep. So he's like asleep with the up button held down, and he's just like completely sound asleep, fell asleep at the wheel, ran into a tree, and he just like couldn't move. Man, it was this like absolute epic moment of just like, man, maybe we've been playing this for way too long. It's like, completely fell asleep mid mission. Man, I love it. Absolutely fantastic. And one last one that I wanted to touch on, just because any of my friends back home that happen to listen to this will get a good giggle of us sitting down playing Mario Party 1, where we're playing Bumper Balls, the best Mario Party game that ever existed, and
one of the best games that ever existed,
dude. Honestly, yeah, absolutely, just so much fun. Anyway, so we have a friend of ours who was had a little bit of a temper issue when he was younger.
And you played Mario Party with him?
Playing Mario Party with him? Yeah, exactly.
That's a mistake.
So we're all sitting there playing Mario Party, and one of my friends is sitting on like one of those like exercise balls. You know what I'm talking about? Like the big exercise balls. So like
the inflatable ones?
Yeah, exactly. So like kind of bouncy.
Yeah.
So he's sitting on one of those. Yeah. We're all playing Bumper Balls, and it's the guy on the exercise ball and the guy with the temper are the last 2. Guy on the exercise ball knocks the guy with the temper off into like off the level, and the guy on the exercise ball wins. And don't you know it, but the guy with the temper leans off and right hooks our friend right in the face. And knocks him clean off the exercise ball onto his back, onto the floor.
Oh my god.
Like full force, full punch right in the face.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant. It was a great.
Okay, remind me not to play Mario Party with that guy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to, but it was it was funny to me. And now it's funny to everybody.
It's funny to the people not getting punched in the face.
Exactly. Like we used to say when we were younger, it's funny to me because it's not me. That's like essentially, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any good couch co-op memories?
So surprise, all my couch co-op growing up is from the original Halo games.
Okay, yeah.
Don't know if anybody
seen that one coming.
Don't know if anybody saw that one coming exactly. I'll just speak on one because I've talked about Halo for a while now, and I don't think everybody wants to hear that. But it's the end of Halo 2 Warthog run.
That were
one of the most epic.
With the floor falling down? Is that the...
With the floor, like the one, I think Is that Halo 2? Oh my god, they're all kind of merging together. I
think
believe
it
that is the Halo 2 one. It might be Halo 3.
I think it's Halo.
It's the
3,
one with the
yeah.
floors.
Yeah.
I think it's the one with the floors falling down.
Yeah.
I just remember no, it was the Halo 2 one. I don't remember which one happened in the Halo 2 one. But I just remember it being like I always played with my brother and we'd
Right.
always do like legendary runs, and that was our first playthrough we did on legendary.
Mhm.
And we got to that and he died right away and I had to do the whole run, and I was like I was a
You're
legit
7,
child at
yeah.
this point. Yeah. I did the whole Warthog run like solo, and I just remember the whole time I was like screaming my head off
Like terrified.
and really probably annoying the hell out of my dad and brother like no other. I know that's one of the kind of like the most vivid Halo memories I have.
Yeah. Did you get through it by
With
yourself
couch co-op.
on that run? Do you remember?
Did the whole thing, and like
That's incredible.
it would never got to a point where he like my brother respawned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just had to do the whole thing. I did it. He was also kind of pissed though because he didn't get to experience any of it
Of
on the
course,
first
yeah,
playthrough.
yeah. Man, driving those Warthogs is some of the best memories I have playing games when I was younger, dude. Like the way that those Warthogs controlled, it was so much fun. Like it was,
man, they did so many things right in that game.
They weren't like really good to control. Like they didn't handle very well. But the control scheme that they had.
If you suck,
easy now. Easy now. But man, God, they were so much fun. Yeah, they were. It's great, dude. That chase scene. It's not really a chase scene, I suppose. It kind of is. But that scene at the end of whichever Halo it is, I'm sure someone who listens to this will correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
But
it's been 20 years.
It's
Okay,
been a
give
while,
us a break.
Yeah. So
I hate saying that it's been almost like about 20 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. I'm an old man, dude. I should probably get a haircut or something.
Why do you think I wear this bandana, yo?
All right, dude. But actually, one of the guys that was in both the Baldur's Gate and the Champions of Norath story is one of the guys that I finished that did that Halo run with, like the same dude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great. We've had some serious gaming moments together. Actually, that makes me think of, before we get off of this topic, because I just thought of this just then. Did you ever play the Dynasty Warriors games? Do you know?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that is the other couch co-op.
Yes, like
that is like I should have brought up.
Right,
100%. My brother and I played Dynasty Warriors like all the time. So like that was one of the most fun games ever.
Yes. So me and this same friend played Dynasty Warriors 4. Okay, like we got out of school for the summer in like June or whatever it may be. And I swear to you that summer we didn't do anything other than play Dynasty Warriors 4. Like for that,
I think I only played Dynasty Warriors 2.
Okay, yeah. But by that time that summer had ended, we had unlocked every hidden character, every hidden item, every map, did absolutely everything you could possibly do in this game. Looking at like old game facts, like if you've ever used game facts before, we're looking up like walkthroughs and stuff on that, and like literally spent the entire summer, like the 2.5 months or whatever it is, playing this one game in my friend's basement, and just had like one of the best, one of the best summers I've ever had. It was so much. Didn't see a soul. Just ate alphagetti and grilled cheese.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you brought Dynasty Warriors up. I completely forgot about it.
Dude,
that's crazy.
I forgot, even writing in that topic, I didn't even think about that until I just brought up that friend just then.
Nice.
And like that, it's so funny because that game turned me on to the whole like Romance of the Three Kingdoms storyline, and that whole like ancient China history, because it's like loosely based off of actual history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like those characters, and like it opened up like a whole Pandora's box of interest for me growing up. Did that, like that one foolish action game. But man, were they ever fun? They were so fun as
so fun.
as couch
Just
co-op games.
Ridiculously fun games.
They were absolutely. It's I guess just like the last thing and why I kind of wanted to bring it up is just like it is a little bit too bad that there isn't more options for couch co-op. Like there are still some great ones that you can do. Like obviously like Borderlands, you can do couch co-op, and that's like fantastic to play with some friends. And like
but you almost can't anymore.
You think? Yeah.
Like there's it's kind of sad. Like, so for instance, like Gabby and I brought Gabby, who's everybody's heard at the end of the podcast if you got that far. We went through all the Halos together. Oh, I'm bringing up Halo again. We went through all the Halos together, split screen on the same Xbox.
Right.
Halo 5 doesn't have split screen.
Right, isn't that weird?
So to play Halo 5 together, I bought an extra screen and an extra Xbox.
Right,
so we could play that together. Borderlands 2, we could do it on the same Xbox. Borderlands 3, you can technically, but you can't. It doesn't run. 2 instances don't run on, like it barely runs on Xbox One X.
Right. Okay. So it's just like too laggy and too stuttery.
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
it's
right.
just it's just broken. It's like.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So I feel like we're kind of moving away from that.
Oh no!
And Microsoft has made it very clear that it's not one Xbox per household; it's one Xbox per person per household.
Right? Yeah.
Because that's why you have like. And the nice thing is, and they make it really easy, is like you only need one. Only one Xbox in household needs to own the games and pay for the Xbox Live subscription, and every other Xbox gets to have them for free.
Right, but they want you to have 3 Xboxes with one Xbox Live account kind of thing.
Yeah, and just as long as they call it the home Xbox, that Xbox has the Xbox Live subscription, the Game Pass subscription, and the game licenses, and every other Xbox gets that. So it's getting very obvious and clear that Microsoft's intention is to kind of move away from couch co-op, and everybody's on their own screen in their own location in the house, even though you're playing with each other.
Right. Yeah. It's just, I guess it's just, and there's a lot less of your friends coming over to your bedroom to sit down and play Halo together. Like, if me and you were going to play Halo together, I wouldn't go down to your apartment. I would just go online and play Halo with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Which makes sense.
And everybody is used to like their own screen now. Like split screen, going back to split screen sucks.
It feels weird. It really does. Yeah. Haley and I play like the Overcooked games and stuff. Split screen. Well, it's not even split screen. It's more so shared screen because it all takes place.
Shared screen is fine. Screen is fine.
But even still, I find, like you just said, like I find that even with a shared screen, it's still like jarring in a little bit, that it's like, oh fuck, right, there's another person on this screen that I'm not controlling. It's just like, it's a little weird. I guess we've just become so accustomed to the online side of things.
Yeah,
but it's
it's a little sad for like
I know Gears 5 has split screen. Like you can play Gears 5 split screen, which is great.
Yeah, I mean it is in games, but like it's just not. I feel like as we continue going forward, we're gonna see it less and less.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. Dude, did you see the trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
No, I didn't actually.
Bro, it looks.
Does it look good?
So nutty. Like, I'm not sure if you're an Assassin's Creed fan or not. I'm a huge.
I actually really enjoyed number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
But I actually haven't ventured past number 1 and number 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little behind.
You're a touch, just a small little bit. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the latest one, and then Origin was the one before that. Origin, they revamped like the combat system and like the weapon system and items and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of like reinvigorated the Assassin's Creed series a little bit. And Odyssey was a brilliant game, absolutely fantastic. As just like a third-person action adventure RPG style game, it was absolutely phenomenal. They've been doing a hell of a job with them. And I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I've finished almost every Assassin's Creed, except like I didn't finish Origin. I didn't finish Unity. So like other than that, I think I finished all the at least mainline Assassin's Creed games. But dude, this one looks so freaking good. It's like, I mean, it's called Valhalla, so you can probably figure it out that it's based off of like you play as a Viking, and you're playing as a Viking in the era where the Nordic people are being oppressed by the English. So it's like apparently it's going to have a map of Norway and a map of England. So it's going to be like absolutely gigantic. You can play as a guy and as a girl, which is cool because there's not a whole lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you have the option at the beginning to play as a guy or a girl. And I remember Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you play as a brother and sister as well. But I don't think there's pretty rarely been options to play as different characters. But dude, I'll send you the trailer just as soon as we're done recording this. But man, it looks absolutely incredible. They've done such a good job with them for a while. But like, I really love that like Norse mythology and that whole Nordics, like the whole imagery around that whole thing. Anyway, like if you think of like the God of War on PS4 and that kind of stuff, like if anyone's played that, it's like one of the best games I've played this generation. It's just absolutely phenomenal. But the whole Odin and Thor and Loki, and I mean, I'm literally talking about Marvel right now, but like, but you know what I mean, like that.
I'm okay with talking about Marvel.
Yeah, right. But the whole Norse mythology thing is just really, really cool, and I'm really stoked that they're dipping into that pool because I think they do such a good job at recreating these living, breathing worlds that are like probably not completely accurate, but like very, very rooted in reality and of what they would have looked like, or at least what the feel of the time would have been. And that's like I'm a bit of like a history buff, so that's like I guess why I latch on to the Assassin's Creed series so much, is because they've always done such a good job at the world building and like making it feel like you are in the era of wherever the game takes place. But it looks really, really good, really, really good. I'm like I said, I'll send you that trailer. And it's supposed to come out this year, and it just, man, it got me so hyped. It looks cool as hell.
Cool, yeah. I'll check that out, and we will circle back.
Well, yeah,
and talk about it again.
Yeah,
next
for sure.
week.
Again, that's one we'll circle back on as well.
Oh yeah, and talk about the Xbox stuff, Microsoft event next week.
Exactly. Well. Yeah, that's right. Yes, that stuff we'll touch back on next week's podcast as well. So I guess at the top of the show, there was a little bit of a preamble before we started talking about how we're on Apple Podcasts now, and we don't want to be the type of show that really, really harps on people to make sure you like and subscribe. All the links are in the description below. Do this. Like you're here for entertainment. You're not here to do us any favors. But there is something a little bit special and a little bit important for new podcasts like we are when it comes to Apple Podcasts in the first 8 weeks that is posted. Are you able to speak a little bit on what those first 8 weeks are and why we ask people to drop by and give us those 5-star reviews?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you to the best of my knowledge, I'm not 100% on it, but from what I'm reading, so Apple Podcasts has a category called new and newsworthy, I think it's called, and it's algorithmically generated, and it picks new podcasts that have been within their first 8 weeks based off of downloads and reviews. So the more good review, I guess, I don't know if it's good, nobody knows what it actually determines it, but the more reviews and downloads and listens you have, the better chance you have to get into that category.
Right. And
getting into that category can really boost your podcast a lot.
Right. And like, obviously the goal of this podcast is obviously we want to reach as many people as possible. That's like, I mean, Well, obviously, right? Like that's certainly the goal. And when it comes, you and I briefly spoke about, or I just kind of mentioned it in passing, but it seems like with podcasting, a lot of the early growth is based off of word of mouth, right? And then getting on a list like that just gives you so much more opportunity to reach a bigger audience. And that's like kind of one of our ways to potentially get this into the ears of as many people as possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal.
And I think, and again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Apple Podcasts is still the most popular podcast service, right?
80%.
Is it 80%?
Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, exactly.
20% are shared around the other platforms.
Exactly. So it's a really, really big thing, and obviously podcasts are a very popular thing, and there's millions of people looking for new podcasts to find all the time. So getting on a list like that, just again, it has that potential to put us in the hands of some people outside of the word of mouth of our friends and our viewers and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Some absolute stroke of luck where we happen to get seen by someone or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess it's us trying to favor that algorithm that really focuses on the new podcast side of things while we're still a new podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So reviews, written reviews, or just go there and click the 5-star thing.
That's right.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's right. And like,
super appreciated.
If you use I mean, I guess if you don't use an iPhone, you're probably not using Apple Podcasts or a Mac or something. But if you do, it's like 3 clicks or something. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like
super easy.
It's like the link, and then you just hit the 5-star thing once, and then it's done. Like it doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, like I said, like we don't want to be the kind of podcast that is kind of always asking you guys to do stuff for us, because we're here for you guys as opposed to you guys being here for us. But this is something that kind of, as a new podcast, gives us maybe a little bit of an opportunity to do something a little bit on a little bit of a bigger scale, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, and there's going to be a direct link that you can click on the homepage, hotfixpodcast.com. As soon as you go there, there'll be just a review this podcast link right there that you can click on. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description as well.
Exactly. And
so
that's
super easy.
Yeah, very, very simple. It takes minimal time, minimal effort. And if you guys like I said, if you guys are just enjoying it and you guys did want to find a way to support us in some way, right now that would be the best way to support us, would be hitting the 5-star review on that Apple Podcast.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I think at that point, that pretty much ends it for today, dude.
All right.
I think I was really, really curious to hear about all that Halo stuff. I'm glad we got that off off your chest, we'll say. I'm glad we could get it off your chest. There's
going to be more. Now that all the information and all the reveals are going to be happening, like like on the 8th, which is 3 days ago, if you're listening to this, there's going to be some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we're going to start seeing things. So excited.
I'm excited to loop back and kind of get to have that conversation. But guys, thank you again for coming to listen to us. We're live, new episodes every Monday. If you guys have enjoyed it, please, our Twitch streams are down in the description below on YouTube, and you can find us on all podcast services. Hotfixpodcast.com is the place to find all the links to everywhere that we are. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Peace out.
Bye-bye. So, Gabby, was that all right?
you talked about me, so it was great.
Nice.
Yes, dude, that's so good.